question 1 of our media evaluations. The way we develop the forms and conventions in this music videos were used in most indie rock videos. We have to start with the scene, they show the band. This establishes the band right at the start of the music video. This gives an establishing look which I was going for. This gives an overall look to the band and quite a quirky and cool with the outfits that we wear, similar to the Killer outfits. It gives my band an edge over others wearing the jackets. However, we did not want them to look like a boy band wearing similar or matching clothes. Each individual band member has his own style in terms of fashion for that rugged look. The jackets were something different to give it that edge over most bands who go for simple t-shirt, jeans look. When I had conducted this research, we looked at Kazabian and various other bands and found out that I had a similar edge to the band. However, we did not put makeup on the band, we'd rather let the band style themselves, gives them a more of an edge of cool indie rock look, the cool indie rock look, rather than looking like a punk wearing all black, making our band fashionable and quirky for the audience to get a feel of when we perform. We challenged the conventions through having a multicultural band of Asian and mixed race band members. Unlike most bands, which are in the middle class white people, this gives us an edge of being unconventional like most indie bands, giving us a USP and that we can be something different and eye-catching to our target audience. The mise-en-scène used here is quite important of the band props, of the guitars, drums, microphones. Like most bands, we would have in their music video and playing depending upon the track or depending on the type of use how they play it due to the editing and pace of the actual song. In our music video, we had used the extra material. This was conventional like most indie bands, that they get a background knowledge of the type of music they want to play, a common interest. Unlike music videos, but we had people who had a common interest in our music video, which made it conventional to make this music video a success. Throughout the song, it was the band player's performance that added to the effect of being in most indie music videos, that there has been a band-based performance, not really having a narrative that the music shall be related to the audience through the way they play their instruments. This gives us an edge to the audience that they are in a concert, giving a vibrant feel to the audience. For example, this would be Foo Fighters All My Life, where they have used concert theme of band performance. This gives it a rock and roll edge through the expressions of intimate playing. This is done through a wide variety of shots used. This gives it a more dynamic view we had used in our music video, which was conventional. Like most music videos, this had to give our band a dynamic view and an overall shot of the different angles of the band through close-ups, mid-shots and long shots of the band. This gives it a more professional look of our music video, where the camera angles will focus on different various parts of the band. The constant change in editing, synchronization, sound and rhythm to match the pace of the song. When the editing pace goes up, for example the drum guitar solo, this is also done in the music video. Subway Oh Yeah video, this is conventional to the music video that I had looked at and studied. This gives it a more constant feel of how the actual band will perform on stage. When conducting my music, I looked at consideration. In this video, Subway Oh Yeah video, this is conventional to music videos that I looked at and studied. The pace of the editing should be key to the actual music video. It gives it a more concert feel of how the actual band will perform on stage. When conducting my music video, I had took this into consideration. I had focused on the different dynamic cues to make my band seem interesting and cool when rocking out. This keeps the audience interested to watch our music video and see this interesting where we had used our shots. Also in our music video, we had used a broken narrative where the lead singer in my music video cuts back to the house scenes where they are arguing. Unlike most indie videos, this is quite unconventional of him singing to the camera whilst she's arguing with him. Examples of this would be Killer's Mr. Brightside and Coldplay Viva La Vida, the artist or band is directly speaking to the cameras, and the scenes in the background are still going on. We had, in the background are still going on. We had used this in my music video. This created an innovative image for the band, and this gave it something different. It gave it that indie feel that is quirky and something different, not usually done in this manner. Most indie bands give it a sense of direction. A new band has been created. In my music video, I had used the term fourth wall, where the performance and narrative I had pursued the aspects of a broken narrative. The scene of snippets, fast-paced editing created the effect that the audience will understand through the actions and lyrics of the music video of what is happening. This is quite unique, as it gives the audience something to think about throughout the video. This is done through close-ups and of the artist's face. The moodiness set and the female actors' face to be intimate. This makes the scene quite well, as it links to other indie rock research through the low-key lighting to set the mood. For example, the Kings of Leon, where there's a low-key lighting throughout the whole video. This is conventional to most music videos to set the mood of the scene. I'll be talking about my digipack now. On the front of my digipack, I had the band. This is what you will usually see on most digipacks. This establishes the band, giving them a brand identity. It gives an overall look that is the band, and the way it's presented was in a stamp format. This gave it a more innovative look. I have used sandy beige background in all my slides of the digipack. It gave it a more unique effect of the vibrant and dull color, which gave the digipack a more establishing look to it and meets the conventions to all indie rock digipack, because my digipack has the album name cover of the album name cover, the name of the band and the actual band itself. So this links to my research of the Arctic Monkeys against the album and Kings of Leon Around the Sundown. The research links well with my work, as we both have similar characteristics in terms of how to be creative in our own way, with background colours and a quirky album names. The endless night is an oxymoron, which refers to the fact that the band will be always rocking out throughout the whole day and never end. This gives them more of an edge, and because of the font I used, it was quite bold and stands out, and the way it has there at the front is like most indie bands that think, such as The Killers and many other bands have there in front of it, so it gave you more of an indie feel. Most indie bands will go for the band position. It looks like they don't care with this pose, but it looks quite glamorous and cool, yet not like a boy band, and the title which is used is quite quirky as well. And we had used this on all the covers. This gave the Everlasting more of a brand identity. The way I had challenged forms and conventions of the digipack were that I had created the postcards. The postcards of the band members with their signatures. This challenges convention because they are not usually shown in most indie covers. This gave us a more of a glamorous edge. It showing that each individual's. However, I did get my inspiration from Manic Street Preachers. This gave my band a more innovative look, that this is something different usually found in the inside cover where I placed it. This gives my digipack a more dynamic view, that it will be something new given the band of regional identity. The Everlast logo is presented on this. It gives it a brand, an identity throughout the whole of the digipack where the band will be established. The inside cover is similar to other digipacks because most indie bands have trademark logos, and this is like the research I had conducted, Kasabian with their trademark logo of their arm. So I had wanted something similar to that to establish the band with this trademark logo, which I had got feedback on was successful, so I had created this. The name of the Everlast is used here to give it a more edgy, cool look. Like most indie bands, they are like something which will give them that edge. The research I had used was Foo Fighters, with the unusual logo, the type of their faces. I created something similar to that with the tattoos associated with the rock side and the peace sign, usually something cool and quirky which gave the logo an edge. The console border of the roses challenges the forms and conventions of the indie digipack because the pan design gave it a more unique look. We tried it without the border, and when we used the border it gave a more stylish, glamorous look to it. The way my inside meets the forms and conventions of a digipack is that it is positioned in the right positions where the CD is in the middle with some kind of brand identity for the band. The kind of effect we had on the CD cover was the stamp effect, which was inspired from Paolo Nutini's work, which I had tested out on my work. Even though they were a similar effect, I had put a twist on my work to make it more innovative by adding the original picture of the band in the background. I had added the original picture of the band in the background and the CD cover placed on it, which has been stamped with a black and white layering. This gives it a more unique look. Most indie bands go for like a Sabian placed on it, which has been stamped with a black and white layering. This gives it a more unique look, which most indie bands go for, like a Sabian digipack with the black and white. I created this effect so when you open the CD cover, the original picture of the band should be there. This gives a distinguishing look over the indie bands, which made it stand out from the rest. The back cover, this is similar to forms of digipacks because it's the barcode on the bottom and the record label and the copyright on the digipack and the track and this thing which you would see on our digipack on the back cover. The way we had made our idea similar to existing digipacks were that we would have a picture of the band on the background. I had decided to use the two members because they have the stylized background of the black and white, where I dropped the shadow levels to blend in. This gave it that edge and looked quite quirky like most indie bands, where they're positioning in a cool and fashionable way like the Killers. This did not look like a boy band pose, it did look glamorous because of that cool pose, leaning back, looking cool, not looking directly at the camera. The Everlast band name is mentioned throughout the digipack because it gives it a sense of brand identity like most indie bands do. The Everlast name is mentioned throughout the digipack because it gives it a sense of brand identity like most indie bands do.